Howdy Howlers, it's Sako Toomey, also known as Casboy. I write horror and I'm a witch and I'm a graphic designer and sometimes I combine those three things. So if you are looking to market yourself as an author or you are looking to be a witchier witch, hop by my channel around this time for the witchy part. We're going to be reading through Basic Witches. Oh, and maybe I'll have a Haley. I'm gonna send it to her on the off chance she can make it. Good morning, Spence. I just sent you a thing in case you wanted to join me for Kitchen Witchery today. Good morning. You're going to be a lurker today. That's cool. No problemo. So last time we talked about the basics of healing and the kind of stuff that you would keep in the kitchen. We also talked a little bit about servitors. Just a little bit. I don't think they realize that that is what it is, but there is a word for the protectee teddy bear situation. Also security blanket. That could also be a servitor. Oh my God. My sides need shaving so bad. So bad. I hope that's a thing I can do today. That would be nice. That would be nice. Also, hi, Christina. Just good to see you. Happy post-birthday. How is the morning treating you guys? Oh, my poor neck. Oh. Usually I wait a few minutes to see if people will hop in. I got cinnamon flavored creamer, and it brings out the taste of the coffee. Cinnamon brings out the taste in the coffee. Slowly. I feel you. It's great to see you too. My morning is pretty great. Relatively uneventful, which is nice. Yes, that is nice. Hi, BC. Wow, you're like here at the start. That is the new schedule, I guess. That is, I guess, the new schedule. Glorious morning. I kind of want a thing to drink, but this is too hot to drink. Just a little too hot. Just a little too hot. So far, Dahlia went ahead and bought this book. She watched the replay and she's like, yes. Oh. me mark this as a thing I'm doing. No, not new schedule. Partner woke me up early. Oh, the Jeep died this morning. I wanted to help fix it, but his resurrection skills are lacking, so he's working from home today. Gotcha. It's fucking crazy. Ordered it too. It's a good book so far. It'll be a good resource to give to my friend who is just exploring her witchy ways. I think that's a great idea. We're about a third through the book, and it gets pretty interesting. I think it's a great beginner book. All right. Oh. A weasel in my meat safe. Yeah. Yeah. A weasel in my meat safe. I've never heard it put that way. A spell. I'm going to start reading, just in case you were curious. A spell to make peace with your body. This spell combines various traditions of symbolic representation to foster an intuitive approach to repairing your relationship with your body. That's good, because I guess I could use that. Modeling clay, a pen or a pencil, a sheet of paper, a sharp tool such as an X-Acto knife or a toothpick. The pin-filled, people-shaped pillows that Western society knows as voodoo dolls don't have much to do with Haitian religious magical practice of voodoo. But using little effigies for magic is a long-standing practice. Witches in Europe were regularly accused of working malign spells using figures made of wax or cloth, and the ancient Egyptians would fill their tombs with small models of the servants, animals, and amenities that they wanted to bring into the afterlife. In the case of this spell, you'll be pouring the magic into a figure that represents you. Using the modeling clay, build a figure that represents the ideal body that you always thought you should have. You can use Play-Doh, Sculpey, or homemade salt dough made with 1 part salt, 2 parts water, 4 parts flour. As you build, think about all the things you've denied yourself or thought you didn't deserve because of how your body looks. Think of all the things that you would have done if you had had the perfect body. Oh, I used to have the perfect body, and now I do not. Close your eyes and smash the figure in your hands. Then start rolling it into a ball between your palms, keeping your eyes closed, and picture the ball beginning to glow with the concentrated essence of the perfection and potential. Hold it in front of you and picture it glowing brighter and brighter. On the face of the ball, imagine a symbol taking form. Open your eyes and draw that symbol on the paper so you don't forget it. If you don't see a symbol, just draw whatever comes to your head when you first open your eyes. This represents your ideal body, a body that can do whatever it wants. Sorry, Discord is being amusing today. I guess I should put a link in the Discord. Share, copy, do the things. To do. Positive vibes for Nicole. Okay. Remodel the clay into a figure that looks like you, your actual body, the way it is today. Don't exaggerate, but also don't flatter. Make it as detailed and realistic as possible. As you build, think again about what you would have done if you'd had the perfect body. Imagine yourself doing those things right now with the body that you have. On every part of the figure that you dislike on your real body, use the sharp tool to draw the symbol you saw. Anoint every one of those parts with the symbol of perfection and potential, recognizing that you are capable as you are. You can use this incantation to focus your thoughts. Only I can stop me, and I refuse to stop me. This is my body. This is a perfect body. I love that you hum Robot Chicken theme from time to time. I do that all the time. My partner says this is weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. I haven't watched Robot Chicken in years and years and years. Place the figure on top of, beneath, or near a mirror you use regularly. Leave it there for a week. Before each time you look in the mirror, touch the figure and imagine it glowing again. Puppets. Kitchen Witchery. Nourish your body and mind with food spells. Chances are, if you're like most people, you practice a certain type of magic every day, several times a day. You apply forces to change the shape and texture of things. You fashion something new out of raw ingredients, sometimes with the aid of a literal bubbling cauldron. And eventually you digest it and use it to create a new self. Yes, cooking is magic, even if all you did was microwave a frozen burrito. It's stuck in there regardless, yeah. Cooking doesn't come naturally to everyone, especially not this lady. But no matter how simple or complicated your kitchen witching is, you can apply magic to it. Even if you are making something as simple as a microwave popcorn for a friend, you can think about all the good things in your friendship becoming even better with each pop, and voila, magic. Whatever energy you give off is absorbed by the food and then by whoever eats it. The effect may not be as immediate as in that terrible movie Simply Irresistible, where Sarah Michelle Gellar plays a witch who infuses emotion into her food. Seriously, there's a magic crab in it or something. But there's no denying that food affects our feelings. You can craft your kitchen adventures around specific ingredients too, whether you use foods that are believed to have specific semi-magical properties like the purported aphrodisiac effects of oysters, chocolate, pomegranates, and asparagus, or ordinary ingredients. Honey promotes love and wisdom. Garlic is used for health and protection. Dill is a powerful herb for intensifying whatever spell you're already using. And if you want your problems to disappear, imagine chipping away at them as you eat blueberries one by one. Cooking doesn't come naturally to everyone. I'm a hedge witch and can bake, but cooking is difficult for me. Give me a potion or a lotion any day. Give me a potion or lotion any day. Absolutely. If you want to, even for even more complex, potent food magic, try these recipes. No magic crab needed. If you want to chill out, make warm milk with honey. Jaya's dad made this for her as a kid and when she couldn't sleep. To this day, it has a calming effect. Also, honey is a natural antiseptic. Dab it on cuts or zits for healing power. Fill a mug with your favorite kind of milk, and then pour it into a small saucepan. Add a tablespoon of honey and place it over low heat, stirring often so the honey dissolves. When it reaches a simmer, remove from heat and pour the milk back into the mug. Next, sit wherever you plan to drink your beverage and hold the mug in both hands, feeling the warmth beginning to radiate up your arms. Look into the milk and recite the following. Let my mind be calm, my nerves quiet, muscles smooth as silk. Let my body fill up and with warmth and peace from this honey and milk. Hello, Raven. Good to see you. I think I am breaching into the edges of hedge witchery because I'm doing the traveling thing. I use some herbs, but it's really more about the traveling part. If you want to nurture a friendship, make hot milk chocolate. Milk chocolate has nurturing power, especially when it comes to friendship. Also, it's milk chocolate, so we probably don't have to sell you on it unless you're allergic, in which case, please don't make yourself sick for the sake of the spell. You can share milk chocolate with a friend in lots of ways, like buying a bar and eating it together. However, hot chocolate has the potential to enhance the bonding, especially if the weather is cold and the warm blankets are involved. Hige. I am a ball of, you did physical labor yesterday, so everything gets to hurt today. Oh, I'm sorry. Get lots of sleep, drink lots of water. It's the lactic acid that makes you like, owie. First, grate a bar of milk chocolate until you have about 2 ounces, about half a cup of grated chocolate. You can add some dark chocolate if you like, but for maximum potency, use mostly milk. Next, warm 2 cups of milk in a saucepan, aka your cauldron, over medium heat. When the milk reaches a simmer, reduce the heat to low. Add 1 teaspoon of brown sugar and stir until it dissolves. Now sprinkle the grated chocolate into the milk mixture and stir while visualizing yourself and your friend. A particularly meaningful conversation you've had, a fond memory of a fun shared experience, or just all the things you like about the person. If you're making the chocolate together, say these things out loud. When the chocolate is dissolved, add a pinch of salt, both for spiritual cleansing and because it strengthens the chocolate flavor. Oh my gosh. As you add the salt, speak or think this incantation: friends for now, friends forever, may the elements tie us together. If you want to attract a lover, make baked apples with cinnamon. You know what's warm, comforting, and a little tingly and spicy? Cinnamon. You know what else fits that description? The feelings of having a new crush. Maybe that's why the spice is associated with fire and sun and is often used in spells to draw love. Apples, too, are used for love, partially because of their connotation as the sexy forbidden fruit. The actual forbidden fruit of the Bible was probably closer to a pomegranate, but those don't work as well with cinnamon. Also, Swiss Miss works just as well. Yes. I use Godiva. I just went through, I have a little bit of like milk chocolate, creamy milk chocolate by Moonstruck, based out of Portland. I haven't drunk that yet, but I will soon. Granted, I already have my, I don't know. If you want to attract a lover, make baked apples with cinnamon, then roll the magic. Yeah, that's probably a different book. This spell works especially well if you have access to an open fire, such as in a fireplace or at a backyard bonfire gathering of your coven. If not, you can make it in the oven, though there's less space for wild dancing in your kitchen. I disagree. I have more space to dance around in my kitchen than I do in my backyard. It's better than the Steve Martin technique of throwing dog poop on their shoe. In a small bowl, combine 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Brown an apple, a sturdy tart one works best, like a Granny Smith or a Fuji, and fill the core with cinnamon mixture. Wrap the apple in tin foil and place it in the embers of a fire to cook for about 7 minutes. If you do not have an open fire, preheat the oven to 350, place the stuffed apple in an oven-proof dish, and bake for 15 minutes. I have not thought to use my fireplace to cook food, so I might do this thing. If I have any apples left, that is. And you can totally dance in your kitchen, yeah. Oftentimes I dance in my kitchen because it's this place where I have the most space to do so. Yeah. As the apple cooks, stare into the embers or close your eyes if you're baking in an oven, and picture your crush. Envision that the warmth currently radiating onto you is radiating onto them, filling them with the fire you feel within and making them aware that it's coming from you. Carefully remove the apple from the fire or oven and let it cool for around 3 minutes or until it's cool enough to handle. Sit cross-legged on the ground or the floor and hold the apple with both hands. Eat it as messily as you can. Grunt and hum as you chew and let the sugar and cinnamon dribble down your hands. Let yourself feel wild and magnetic. And the next time you see your crush, remember just how carnal you were in this moment. What kind of fireplace do you have? Gas or wood burning? Wood burning. That's something I didn't expect to see today. A bra made entirely of candy necklaces. That's a thing. Last random tangent for today, I promise. You are reading Twitter. Yeah. It is a thing. If you want boundless energy, make banana ice cream. Also, bananas are great for stage fright. So like if you're nervous about streaming or you're nervous when you go on stage or you're nervous before you're about to give a speech or something, Eat a banana. It will help. I promise. Oh, you can cook just about anything in there. Next time you want beef stew. I can't eat beef stew. Try letting it simmer in there all day. Having wood burning into my... I need more wood. I need a lot of wood to burn all day. A fire lasts for about 2 hours. And another piece of wood might buy me another half an hour. Banana ice cream. With the power of electricity and sharp knives, you can transform fruit into a one-ingredient soft-serve ice cream. Bananas are associated with heroic energy and protection, as are blenders. Yes, witches have given power to blenders. So make this to motivate yourself to achieve greatness. Slice 2 bananas, place them in a zip-top freezer bag, and seal the bag. Freeze until bananas are very firm, probably overnight. In a food processor or blender, blend the frozen bananas slices, for 3 to 5 minutes until the texture resembles soft-serve ice cream. While plain bananas are delicious, you can further enhance the power of this dessert with flavorings: chopped cherries for love, honey for happiness, or a coconut for mental flexibility. Chicken chili works too. Just get a heavy cast iron skillet and fry bacon in it. I like using cast iron to make chili. It's a pain in the ass to clean up, but the food tastes better. And I can pay less attention to it. So yeah, you can mash up some bananas and call it ice cream if you want. If you want beauty, make guacamole. The avocado is a very femme fruit associated with yeah, cast iron is more. Also, hi Nicole. Good to see you, love. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we have a Dutch oven and we have pans of all different kinds of shapes. It's like a set from like the Civil War or some shit. It's been in the family forever and ever. Except we had to buy a new pan, like 10-inch pan, because while heat curing a pan, I cracked it in half. All of my magic is amplified when I use cast iron. Witchcraft sponsored by Lodge. You want cast iron? Nice cream. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute. Associated with Venus and the element of water, both of which make it useful in spells pertaining to love and beauty. It has non-magical beautifying qualities too. Its high-fat content makes it a great natural face or hair mask. But by enhancing the fruit and ingesting it, you can fill yourself up with that beautifying power to make you feel as pretty and charming as you already are. Start by enchanting the avocado. Slice it into half while saying what you want to happen, such as, I want to feel radiant, or I want others to notice how beautiful I am. Remove and reserve the pit. Then slice the avocado flesh in the skin and spoon the flesh from the skin into a bowl. Add half freshly chopped tomatoes, seeds and juices removed, 1 minced serrano chili, 2 tablespoons minced red onion, 1 tablespoon fresh lime juice, 1 tablespoon chopped cilantro, and salt and pepper to taste. I like to put garlic in there too. Mix with a fork while repeating your enchantment and eat with whatever chips make you feel like a babe. When you finish the guac, wash and dry the pit and carry it with you for a week to keep the gorgeous vibes a-going. If all this symbolism and emotion isn't quite your style, you can simply think of cooking as a form of therapeutic creation. You start with nothing, and by solving one problem at a time, wind up with something beautiful or delicious or maybe just edible. No matter how it turns out, you've brought something new into the world. My cast iron is a mad dash of collection of secondhand finds and 1 enameled pot we bought from the store. Enameled cast iron? I'm confused. Oh. I want to know that, like guac, I am extra. All right. Oh, where are we at? We're at 30 minutes. We're all right. We're all right. All right. Magical exercise. How to become one fit witch. Exercise can and should be a way of taking care of yourself. Physical activity not only gets your body strong and limber, but also helps your brain combat depression and anxiety. And it might not feel that way if your exercise routine consists solely of joyless hours spent trudging on the treadmill. Too often we treat exercise like a boring, slightly bitter-tasting medicine that's supposed to make us feel better afterward. Ain't that the truth? A spoonful of sugar may actually help medicine go down, but it's not the greatest incentive for exercise. What if instead you arrived yourself with a spoonful of swords? Okay, you're not literally going to swallow swords. That's a whole other thing. But you can learn how to brandish them. If you're bored with your everyday workout, consider picking up an unconventional physical activity, especially one that teaches you some unruly woman skills. Like alchemy, the exertion and the new skill training combine to make your exercise routine enjoyable. Here are a few ideas appropriate for different levels of physical activity, 4 workouts that will not only energize your body and mind, but also leave you with new witchy skills. Yeah, it's my go-to stock pot. It's cast iron's nonstick. Oh, weird. That's weird. I'm trying to picture it in my mind. All right, number 1, swordplay. If you dream of not only being a sorceress but a magic-wielding warrior, look for classes in fencing, kendo, or even longsword. Google historical European martial arts plus your city or town. SEA. Be prepared. You're in for some heavy-duty bruising once you start to spar. But if you're the kind of person who likes hitting other people with swords, you'll probably love it. Jess is the kind of person who likes hitting other people with swords and is confident about this point. Two, dance. Any kind of dance will help you feel graceful and at home in your body, not to mention more confident at midnight Coven boogies in the moonlit woods. Jess does belly dance, which is great for proprioception and bodily control because you learn to isolate different muscle groups. Jaya does pole dance, which increases flexibility and strength, as well as sexiness. But maybe you want to do flamenco or hip-hop or salsa. Lots of dance styles can increase power and grace, and many are appropriate for a range of skills and physical capabilities. I cannot hear that word without hearing Scar sing it now. I don't know why. Yeah. Contact juggling. If you've seen David Bowie in Labyrinth rolling a crystal ball between his hands in a way that's almost magical and mesmerizing as his tight pants, you are familiar with contact juggling. It's the sport of choice for crystal gazers and goblin kings alike. Also, you can juggle and jog, which is also known as joggling. I'm not making that up. I also spin poi, which is like related to contact arts, sort of, kind of. It's like if clubs, there's clubs, and then there's contact juggling, and then right in the middle is poi. And also, that wasn't David Bowie. Yeah, that was like some other dude. Swing dancing is a really chill version of ballroom, so is polka, and polka is cardio intensive. No one can hear Prepared without hearing it in Scar's voice, no worries. Magic bulge! Yeah, the magic bulge, no kidding. They fluffed that, like, whoa. Aerials. You're a witch, so why not learn to fly? Aerials, tricks and artistry on equipment like trapeze and hanging silks, is a physically demanding pursuit, like a cross between ballet and rock climbing. But you don't have to be a stunning athlete to try it. You need a lot of determination. Jess has a friend who made a New Year's resolution to be able to do one single pull-up, and by the end of the year, she had started taking an aerials class. 2 years later, she was performing. And yeah, she could do a pull-up, but more importantly, she could hold herself in the air on a trapeze. I can cling to the fantasy that it was. Yeah, Bowie is God. Little wonder. Quidditch. Until we can fly around on broomsticks, the next best thing may be a sport in which people run around with broomsticks between their legs pretending to fly. Quidditch, of course, comes from the world of Harry Potter, where it involves flying and magic, but there are real-world leagues, too, which rely on the magic of imagination and endorphins. They do a thing like that at Pensick. And real athletic prowess. The U.S. Quidditch website describes the sport as a combination of rugby, dodgeball, and tag. Pretty much. Playing Quidditch may not teach you to ride a broomstick, but it offers ample training in another important witch skill: not giving a shit if other people think you look ridiculous. Check out usquidditch.org to find a team near you. Polka is basically skipping around the dance floor with a partner. Don't wear shoes, that'll slip off. Lyra? I freaking love polka. It's impossible to be sad when polka is playing. It's impossible to be sober when polka is playing. Lastly, let's talk about some shuffleboard. Nowadays, we may think of shuffleboard as a sport reserved for grandpas, but it is rebellious, witchy history. Plus, it offers a pretty good shoulder workout. According to one of her descendants, Bridget Bishop was accused of witchcraft in Salem, Massachusetts, was an outspoken woman who spent a lot of time hanging out with sailors in her tavern. As if that weren't bad enough, she had the audacity to entertain people in her house at unseasonable hours in the night to keep drinking and playing at shuffleboard, where discord did arise in other families and young people were in danger to be corrupted, according to Paul Boyer and the Stephen Nissenbaum in Salem Possessed. More exercise things, witch calisthenics. Stirring the cauldron. While standing, hold your arms straight out to your sides and rotate your hands in small circles, first forward and then backward. Yeah, no kidding. The Dresden Files fans, Polka will never die. Other fantastically witchy exercises, swimming, running, yoga. Yeah. Yoga is, I call it stretching. I try not to call it yoga because I don't practice the religion, and I'm kind of like iffy about appropriating yoga. Former certified personal trainer here. Oh, right on. Raising the dead. Lie on your back with your knees bent and use your core muscles to lift your shoulders off the floor. Keep your feet flat on the ground and keep your eyes on the ceiling. Repeat. Swimming is a great witchy exercise. I do yoga and stretching too. If it wasn't for certain stretches that are also done in yoga as well as martial arts, my back would be in far worse condition than it is. For reals. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Lie on your stomach. Keep your body in a straight line and support yourself on your hands and toes. Your hands should be directly under your shoulders, so a plank. The broomstick. Stand with feet parallel and shoulder width apart. Bend your knees to as close to 90 degrees as possible, pushing your hands out in front of you and your butt in the opposite direction. Repeat. Chair, basically. The flying monkey, or locust, basically. Stand with 4 to 5 feet apart. Oh, the flying monkey is warrior 2. Stand with feet 4 to 5 feet apart and rotate 1 foot out. Turn your torso to face that side and bend the front knee to a 90-degree angle. Don't let your knee go past your foot. Repeat on both sides. And possession, which is locust. Lie face down on the ground. Then lift your shoulders, arms, and legs as far as you can. Lower, then repeat. A ritual for a relaxing Netflix binge. Witches are allowed to relax, and watching endless episodes of TV is a fine way to do it. Use this ritual to help cast off your guilt and give yourself permission to go deep. What you'll need is the biggest blanket you can find, your favorite snack, and your favorite streaming service ready to watch. Good television and movies are a conduit to other worlds, experiences, and lives. A fictional little boy with superpowers, or a lonely teenage girl, or a rich family 1,000 miles away. Immersing yourself in their universe by a Netflix binge can transport you not only mentally, but also emotionally. There is also catharsis in watching bad television,
which can provide the healing magic of putting yourself not just elsewhere, but nowhere. Because although spells and witchcraft may be all about stimulating the brain, sometimes you just want your brain to turn off. The trick, however, is to watch without judgment. Society puts so much pressure on us to be constantly productive. Even our time to ourselves is supposed to be mentally or physically stimulating. A ritual is the perfect way to create the accepting space needed for this ultimate disappearing act. Sit cross-legged and throw the blanket over your head so your whole body is completely covered. Close your eyes and envision the blanket slowly turning into a warm golden ball of light. Then begin to hum, imagining all your stress, guilt, or other concerns emanating from your body and into the golden ball, where they break apart and disappear. As the stress leaves your body, envision the golden light entering, filling you up, and making every cell radiate. Take stock of your emotions. Would a sad movie make you feel sadder, or do you want to revel in those feelings? Do you want the comfort of watching a show you've seen a dozen times, or are you ready to try something new? When you feel like you have a good sense of what you want to watch, emerge from the blanket and take a bite of your snack. You are now ready to start watching. Chapter 4, Summoning the Power to Care for Others. I like the illustrations in this book. We think of the witch as a solitary creature. She lives alone on the edge of town in a ragged house surrounded by weeds, emerging only at night, happily separated from other living beings, save maybe a cat or a newt. But nothing could be further from the truth. I am in the middle of a stream. Hold on, I need to respond to this thing real quick. Streaming. I'll be done in 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. But nothing could be further from the truth. Witches love to travel in packs, or as we call them, covens. Finding a group of like-minded people to share your feelings, passions, and powers with is not something that happens all of a sudden. There's not a store where you can just pick up a set of friends, though there are apps, which is sort of the same. Cultivating a strong social circle is an active process. Your coven isn't just the group of people who happen to show up in the same places as you do, but the people who've chosen to devote part of your heart and mind and schedule to. You will not always agree with them. You may not always understand the decisions they make. They will not always make you happy, though if they're making you miserable, you may want to reevaluate. But in the end, they are the people you show up for. Covens aren't necessarily intuitive either. Many people like to have a best friend, but there's more to your coven than your favorite closest pal. The people you choose to join you will have the different purposes at different times. Sometimes your energies will be synced with one person more than the others, and sometimes others won't be as connected to one another as they are to you. But the Coven is your team. Together, you're greater than any one or even two of you alone. In this chapter, we'll talk about seeking and evaluating potential friends, navigating jealousy and competitiveness, healing conflicts, and joining forces with the weird sisters who recognize your powers. Maintaining a coven requires selflessness, compromise, and deep empathy. But when done right, all of the energy is reciprocal and comes back many times over. If these are the people you show up for, they are also the people who show up for you at your best and at your worst, however you grow and change. No matter what happens, they will be there for you, ready to strip and dance naked in the woods. How to build a coven. Good coven building relies on the core pillars of many witchcraft practices, the rule of threes, also known as the threefold law or the law of return. I believe in karma, so this is weird. Basically, whatever energy you put into the world, you will receive in return 3 times stronger. This rule is good to keep in mind no matter what you're doing, but especially when making friends. Everyone understands that if you're a thoughtful, caring person, you tend to attract thoughtful, caring people. And if you're mean and vindictive, it'll eventually come around to bite you in the ass. But the rule of threes adds an urgency to that common knowledge. When building a coven, the rule of 3 applies not just to energy, but actual people. If you lie about who you are and don't treat people in your life well, you may soon find yourself surrounded by people treating you 3 times worse than you ever treated anyone, or worse, surrounded by no one at all. No, because we don't do magic workings together. We could form a coven. I would say my chaos group is a coven, but that's really that line is really hazy. Like, no one has said it out loud, but we do a lot of spell work together, and we are there for each other in ways that you're not often there for even your best friend. So it's very coven-like. Everyone understands that if you're a thoughtful, caring person... Oh, no, I read this already. Okay. Start with your present coven. Because you're old enough to read a book independently, you've likely lived long enough to pick a few friends. If these friends have been close and cool and loyal from day one, and you can share your deepest feelings and fears with them, then fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. However, maybe you're not comfortable with friends you have right now. That happened to Jaya in middle school. Her group of friends said they loved her, but they put her down for her appearance, her weight, her interests, and basically anything else they could pick on. She was afraid to tell them she was hurt, felt pressured to do what they told her, and never really felt like they would be there for her in a crisis. But she ignored those feelings because they were friends. These were her friends. They had been around for years, and starting over seemed scary. Salvation came in the form of a new school, summer camp, and a group of people who accepted Jaya for her complete weird self. but it also came as Jaya began to realize what made her her. This included surface stuff like music tastes and fashion choices, but also her particular way of looking at the world. In terms of the rule of 3, it is not just good energy, but your own unique energy that brings back good returns in the form of others who truly understand you. If you're getting back nothing but negative vibes, you may be wasting your aura on the wrong crowd. Being yourself isn't just a statement or a boost for your self-esteem. It's literally attractive. It brings people towards you. Yes. They have a thing about initiation, I think. How to attract friendship. Transformative power of vulnerability. Deepen friendship. And then familiars. Healing friends for fun and profit. Establishing boundaries. Why witches dance naked in the woods. Worshipping the moon and shine theory. Ditch friend envy. Let go of a friendship. And then enchantment. Okay. But BC Brown has it right. We could be a coven if we declared the intent and did work together. In our social group, we have so many different kinds of witches. There's such a wealth of knowledge and experience here. I absolutely agree. I am also of the mind that you hire or befriend people that do things that you don't, to kind of like, if you work on something together, they fill in the gaps. So I very much so appreciate the range of witches that we have. Why wouldn't we? Yeah. Hi, Tawny. I'll have to rewatch this. I'm at my printmaking studio pulling my Yule cards. My card thing is just like not coming together. That is very true. I know that I have learned a great deal about chaos magic from Sako, and I used to be a priestess of my coven. We didn't have any chaos witches, so this has been a great experience. Yield. Also, yay, Yule cards. Okay. Find where they are hiding. Because friendships often begin with shared interests, spend some time in places and doing activities you enjoy. You can meet a potential new coven mate at a play or at a concert, on a sports team or in a hiking club, or at a Magic the Gathering competition at your local comic book store. Surface interests often correlate with deeper similarities. I'll post the results in the Discord. Awesome. Specialization is a cornerstone of all civilization. That's just what it is, just on a smaller scale. It's less a specialization and more just a name of what I do. It just worked out that way. Like, I was already doing the practice. I just didn't know that there was actually a label on it. I have found so many other witches as MTG competitions. I love that the book mentions that. Yeah. If you're not the club joining type, identify someone in your life who seems cool that you want to get to know better. All good relationships balance self-acceptance and growth after all. A truly powerful bond will leave you feeling as comfortable as possible with yourself, because no one feels comfortable with themselves 100% of the time, and also open to change. Good friends won't ask you to apologize for the things you love and will lead you to the new things you don't know that you love yet. I didn't know for years that I was a head witch. Not until I joined my first coven and was identified as one by the others. I was doing the work but didn't know the name. Yeah, exactly. Quack, quack. Glad you're here. Though I should be wrapping up. We can continue the concept of covenry and healing other people tomorrow. Yeah, Christina, but that's okay. All right. Thank you for joining me today. We talked about kitchen witchery, and we talked about the beginning, some exercise action, and we talked about a little bit of coven bindery. Tomorrow we will talk more about friendship and the power of such. I didn't choose this life, it chose me. Yep, good journey, everyone. Toddler, junk, and breakies. Oh, breckies, yeah. I'll definitely catch up on the replay. Have a glorious day, friends. Thanks for the chat and knowledge dish. Sako, no problemo. The kitchen witch stuff was interesting. It definitely didn't share my priorities. Yeah, it definitely didn't share mine either. All right. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Actually, not tomorrow. On Sunday. We will continue on Sunday. For tomorrow is the vampire game. Have a lovely day. Catch you on the flip side.